Good morning, students. In last class, you learnt about secondary growth in dicot stem, organization and formation of vascular cambium. In this class, you are going to learn about the topic organization of vascular cambium. So, the cells of the vascular cambium are differentiated from meristematic cells. So, the meristematic cells are isodiametric cells with dense cytoplasm and a larger nucleus, which are very active in the dividing more number of cells, while the cells of vascular cambium having uh, meristematic activity, but they are different from the meristematic cells. The vascular cambial cells possess large central vacuoles. They are having large central vacuoles comparatively to meristematic cells. The meristematic cells are having smaller vacuoles, or sometimes vacuoles are absent, but the vascular cambiums are having larger vacuoles. They are surrounded by a thin layer of dense cytoplasm. So the meristematic cells are having dense cytoplasm and central large nucleus, but the vascular cambial cells are having a larger vacuole surrounded by thin layer of dense cytoplasm. The most important characters of the vascular cambium is in the presence of two type of initials. They are absent in the meristematic tissue. It contains fusiform initial and ray initial. There are two type of initials are found in vascular cambium, that is fusiform initial and ray initial. First is a fusiform initial. The fusiform initials are the fusiform initial. The fusiform initials are vertically elongated cells. They are vertically elongated cells. They give stress to the longitudinal or axial system of the secondary xylem. It gives rise to the axial or longitudinal elements of the secondary xylem and secondary phloem. So in secondary xylem, the fusiform initials gives rise to fibers, trachary elements, that is trachea, fibers, axial fibers, that is xylem parenchyma, and secondary xylem such as C elements, fibers, and phloem parenchyma. These elements are arises from the fusiform initials. Based on the arrangement of the fusiform initial, there are two type of vascular cambiums are recognized. Based on their arrangement of the fusiform initial, two type of vascular cambiums are recognized. They are storied are stratified cambium, and non-storied are non-stratified cambium. So based upon their arrangement of a fusiform initial, one is a storied or stratified cambium and non-storied or non-stratified cambium. First one is storied or stratified cambium. If the fusiform initial, that is the fusiform initial elongated vertical cells are arranged in horizontal tiers. They are arranged in horizontal tiers with the ends of the cells of one tier is appearing approximately at the same level on the next tiers. That is the one tier, the horizontal tier is approximately at same level on the next is called arrangement is called as a stratified cambium. So it is the characteristic of the plants with the short fusiform initials. So short fusiform initials are having the plants which having short fusiform initials are storied type of vascular cambium is present. In the second type, the plants, when the plants in the plants, the cambium having the with long fusiform initial, these are overlap at the end, they are overlap strongly with each other. This type of vascular cambiums are called as a non-stratified cambium. In some plants, if the fusiform initial is long, the end of the fusiform initials are strongly bounded with each other, overlapped with each other. The end is overlapped with each other. Such a type of fusiform initials are called as non-storied cambium or non-stratified vascular cambium. The next is ray initials. The ray initials are horizontally elongated cells. The ray initials are horizontally elongated cells. They give rise to the ray cells and also the radial system of xylem and phloem. So the rays initials are horizontally elongated cells. They gives rise to the ray initials and also it gives rise to radial system of the xylem and phloem. The next topic is activity of vascular cambium. So the vascular cambium is present in between the xylem and the phloem. So they are active cut of new cells. They are actively cut off new cells on both the sides. It forms the newly formed cells on both the sides. Towards the outer it forms the phloem cells and inner it forms the xylem cells. So the vascular cambial ring are very actively involved in the dividing formation of new cells. Both the sides they are divided. It is the middle cells make it as a cambial cell. This cambial cells are divided on both the side. The outer side it form a phloem and the inner side it form a xylem. A portion of a cambial cell. The cambial cell first divides on inner side. It forms the first formed xylem and the first formed xylems are moved far apart from the cambial ring and newly formed cells are in the nearer to the cambium. So the second layer, third layer and it forms new cells on the outer side is called as the phloem. Inner side it makes the xylem and outer side it forms a phloem. At place cambium is formed some narrow horizontal bands of parenchyma which passes through both the secondary xylem and secondary phloem. So they are called as a rays. The rays are formed in middle of the secondary xylem and secondary phloem. Due to continued formation of the secondary xylem and secondary phloem through the vascular cambial activity, both the primary phloem which was formed first, the earlierly formed phloem is primary phloem and primary xylem is crushed with the formation of the secondary xylem and secondary phloem. The next topic is secondary xylem. The secondary xylem is also called as wood because the trunk region is mainly made up of a secondary xylem. Wood is formed by a relatively complex meristem, that is the vascular cambium. So the vascular cambium consisting of vertically elongated fusiform initial, this axial fusiform initial and horizontally radially elongated ray initial. Secondary xylem is also called as a wood. It is formed from relatively a complex meristem, that is vascular meristem. The vascular cambium consisting of two type of initial, the vertically elongated fusiform initial and horizontally radial ray initials are formed. The axial system consists of vertical files of trachary elements, that is trachea, tracheids, fibers and wood parenchyma, that is xylem parenchyma, whereas the radial system consists of rows of parenchyma cells. They are oriented at right angles. That is the ray initials are consist of parenchyma cells. They are arranged in right angles to the longitudinal axis of the xylem elements. The secondary xylem varies very greater from species to species. So the secondary xylem varies from species to species with reference to the relative distribution of a different cells type. So that is different in their cell type, density and other properties. The secondary xylem is divided into two types. One is a porous wood or a hard wood. Another one is a non-porous wood or soft wood. So based upon their density and the cell type, different type of cell properties, the secondary xylem is divided into two types. One is a hard wood, another one is a soft wood. Hard wood is also called as a porous wood. Porous means it possesses a pores. So they are strong in nature compared to the non-porous wood. Non-porous wood does not contain any pores. They are also called as a soft wood. First is porous wood or hard wood. Generally the dicotyledons. Dicotyledons means it possesses two cotyledons. Dicotyledonous wood which has vessels. vessels are the chief water conducting elements of the xylem is called as a porous wood. So if the wood which possess vessels are called as a porous wood or hardwood, example Morus rubra. Morus rubra is an example for the porous wood. They are hardwood. They are also hard. They are used in the manufacture of furnitures. Non-porous wood or softwood, then they are generally present in gymnosperms, which lacks vessels. Instead of vessels, they are having tracheids. So the tracheids are present in the gymnosperms. So they are called as non-porous wood or softwood. Example, pinus. So it's porous wood, non-porous wood. So difference between a porous wood and a non-porous wood. Porous wood are hard. Non-porous wood are soft wood. They are commonly present in angiosperm. Porous wood are seen in angiosperm. Non-porous wood are seen in gymnosperms. The porous wood becomes hard. It contains vessels. The non-porous wood because the non-porous wood because it does not soft in nature because it does not contains vessels. Instead of vessels, they are having a tracheids. Tears of a secondary growth in 2-year-old plant. So the following parts are present in the plants. First is a epidermis. The epidermis is outer layer. It is made up of a single layer of parenchyma cells. In this secondary growth, there is a lenticels are present. The lenticel is small opening. It is a minute opening which is present in the epidermis or stem or bark of the plant. So what are called lenticels? The lenticels are small opening which are seen in the epidermis or sometimes in the stems or bark of the plant. The complementary cells. At the opening of the lenticels, there are numerous parenchyma cells which are loosely packed or called as a complementary cells. Below the it is present in between the open, that is lenticels which are seen in the epidermis. The inner to the epidermis, the cark is present. The cark is also called as a phloem and cark cambium phellogen, secondary cortex phloderm, collenchyma, that is hypodermis, parenchyma, secondary phloem, that is cambium, atom wood, that is secondary xylem, and spring wood, that is secondary xylem, atom wood and spring wood, secondary medullary rays. So the medullary rays are parenchyma cells which are present in between the xylem and phloem are called as the secondary medullary rays, primary xylem and pith regions. So they are the different regions which are present in the secondary growth in 2-year-old dicot stem. Annual rings. The activity of vascular cambium is under the control of many physiological and environmental factors. The activity of that is division of the vascular cambium is caused under the control of physiological and environmental factor. In temperate regions, the climatic conditions are not uniform throughout the year. In the spring season, the cambium is very active and produces a large number of xylem elements having vessels or tracheids with wide lumen. Lumen means the central cavity. The central cavity are very wider in nature. The wood formed during the spring season are called as spring wood or early wood. So the wood which are formed during spring season are called as a spring wood or earlier wood. The tracheids elements are fairly thin-walled. In winter, the cambium is less active and forms only fewer xylem elements that are having narrow vessels and tracheids, and this wood is called as atom wood or late wood. The tracheids elements with narrow lumens are very thick-walled. In nature. The spring wood is lighter in color. The spring wood are, that is the first formed wood, are lighter in color and has a lower density compared to the atom wood, whereas the atom wood is darker in color and has a higher density. The annual rings denotes the combination of earlier wood and also late wood, and the ring becomes evident or our eyes due to the high density of late wood. So that is the annual. Among this two wood, the atom wood are very thick and they are seen high density. The high density of late wood, they are visible to our eyes, whereas compared to the spring. Sometimes the annual rings are also called as growth rings, but it should not be. But the growth rings are not the annuals. The annual rings are called as growth rings, and the growth rings are not annuals. In some trees, more than one growth rings is formed within a year. Sometimes the growth rings are more in number within a year due to climatic change. That is, autumn and spring seasons are changed. Due to that change, the growth rings are more in number within a year. The additional growth rings are developed within a year due to adverse natural climatic condition like drought or defoliation. Defoliation means the leaf get fall down, floods, mechanical injury, and biotic factors. Biotic means living factors during the middle of the growing season, which result in the formation of more than one annual rings in a year. Such a rings are called as a pseudo or false annual ring. Pseudo or false annual ring. What is meant by pseudo or false annual ring? Within a year, the formation of many annual rings are due to worse climatic conditions like drought, floods, or frost, or defoliation, mechanical injury of biotic factors during the middle period of the growing season, which result in the formation of more than one annual ring, are called as a pseudo or false annual ring. Each annual rings are corresponding to 1 year's growth, and on the basis of the rings, the age of a particular plant can be easily calculated. So naturally, one annual ring is formed in a year. So this annual rings are helpful to calculate the age of the plant. The determination of the age of the tree by counting the annual ring is called as a dendrochronology. What is meant by dendrochronology? It is dendrochronology is the study to use to determine the age of the plant by counting the annual rings. The next topic is dendrochronoclimatology. Dendrochronoclimatology is a branch of dendrochronology. It is concerned with the constructing record of past climatic and climatic evidence by analyzing the tree growth characters, especially the growth rings. Dendrochronoclimatology is the branch of dendrochronology which is used to determine the climatic condition of a place by using the annual rings of the plant is called as a dendroclimatology. It is a structure of a wood. The wood possesses both early wood and late wood. Early wood is called as a spring wood. The color of the spring wood lighter and is also light density, whereas the late wood as the color is a dark in nature. The color is a dark and it is high density. Heartwood is present at the center and sapwood surround the heartwood. Differentiate between spring wood and autumn wood, earlier wood and late wood. The activity of cambium is faster in spring wood, whereas the activity of cambium is slower in late wood. The spring wood produces large number of xylem elements. The autumn wood produces only fewer xylem elements. The spring wood xylem vessels or tracheids have wider lumen. In autumn wood, they are having narrow lumen. And spring wood is lighter in color and has a lower density. In autumn wood, the wood is darker in color and having higher density. The another feature of wood related to the season change is the diffusion porous wood and non-porous wood. On the basis of the diameter of the xylem, the wood is divided into diffusion porous wood and ring porous wood. On the basis of diameter xylem of vessels. The two main type of angiosperms wood are recognized. That is porous wood, that is diffuse porous wood and ring porous wood. In diffuse porous wood, the wood in which the vessels are in diffuse porous wood, the wood in this vessels are rather uniform in size and distribution throughout the anvil ring. So they are uniform in size and distributed throughout the anvil rings. Example, Azair. So the diffusion porous wood, the wood in the vessels are pores are rather uniform in size and distributed throughout the anvil rings. In ring porous wood, the pores of the early wood are distinctly larger than the late wood. So the pores of the earlier wood are distinctly larger in size than the late wood. That is, earlier wood is spring wood and late wood is atom wood. The rings of wide and narrow vessels occur. The rings are wide and narrow vessels are occur in the ring porous wood. Wider is a earlier wood and narrow is a late wood. Between ring porous wood and diffuse porous wood. In diffuse porous wood, the wood is formed where the climatic conditions are uniform. So the diffuse porous wood is formed at the period when the climatic conditions are uniform in nature. The ring porous woods are formed when the climatic conditions are not uniform. They are not uniform in nature. In diffuse porous wood, the vessels are more or less equal in diameter in any anvil rings. Whereas in ring porous wood, the vessels are wider and narrow within any anvil rings. That is, the wider are spring wood and narrow are late wood. In diffuse porous wood, the vessels are uniformly distributed throughout the wood. Whereas in ring porous wood, the vessels are not uniformly distributed throughout the wood. The next topic is tylosis. In many dicot plants, the lumen, the central lumen, that is the space which is present in between the vessels is called as a lumen of the xylem vessel is blocked by a balloon shaped like ingrowth from the neighbor parenchyma cells. That is the middle of the vessel is blocked by means of a balloon shaped ingrowth from the neighboring parenchymatous cells. The balloon-like structure are called as tylosis. The balloon-like structure are called as a tylosis. Usually the structure are formed in secondary xylem vessel and that have a lost their function that is in heartwood. And finally developed tylose starch crystals, resins, gums, oils, tannins or colored substance are found. So the xylem elements become blocked by means of a balloon-like ingrowth from the neighboring parenchymatous cells are called as a tylosis. So the secondary xylem vessels blocks their functioning of a movement of water, and it is because it is blocked by means of tylosis. So the wood is classified into two types. One is sapwood, another one is a heartwood. The central portion is a heartwood. It is surrounding the sapwood. The heartwood is surrounded by the sapwood. The heartwood and the sapwood can be distinguished in the secondary xylem. So the heartwood and the sapwood can be distinguished in the secondary xylem. In any tree, the outer part of the wood is paler in color. It is called as a sapwood. The outer part is a paler in color and it is called as a sapwood. Whereas the inner part is darker in color. It is called as a heartwood. The outer part which is paler in color is called as a softwood or alburnum. The central part which is a darker in color is called as a heartwood or duramen. The sapwood conducts water while the heartwood stops conducting the water. The heartwood stop conducting the water, whereas the sapwood is involved in the conduction of water, as the vessels of the heartwood are blocked by tylose. So the tylosis which blocks the vessels of hardwood, so they are unable to conduct the water. Due to the presence of tyloses in the hardwood and their content, the hardwood become colored and dead, and the hard part of the wood, and they make the hard part of the wood. Due to lack of conducting the water, they are darker in color and they are very hard in nature. The hardwood are hard in nature. From the economic point of view, generally the hardwood are more useful than the softwood. The timber from the hardwood is more durable and more resistant to the attack of microorganism and insect than the timber from the sapwood. The sapwood are very lighter. They are not durable compared to the hardwood, whereas the hardwood are more durable due to their cells are thick and they are dead in nature. The timber of the hardwood is more durable compared to the sapwood. The hardwood not easily attacked by the microorganisms and insect. They are economically valuable in the manufacture of furnitures. The next difference between hardwood and sapwood. The sapwood are called as alburnum and the hardwood is called as duramin. Sapwood, they are living part of the wood because it conducts the water, so they are living part of the wood, whereas the hardwood is a dead part of the wood. The sapwood, it is situated on the outer side. The sapwood is situated on the outer side of the wood, whereas the hardwood is situated in the center part of the wood. The sapwood is less in color, whereas the hardwood is dark in color. The sapwood is soft in nature. The hardwood is hard in nature. The sapwood does not possess a tyloses, whereas the hardwood possesses the tyloses. So due to the presence of tyloses, they are unable to conduct the water. Sapwood, it is not durable and are not resistant to microorganism and insect, whereas the hardwood is more durable and they are resistivity to microorganism and insect.